We are here. Oh my goodness. Hi guys. Hello, hello. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Hi everyone, my name is Renee, also known as Yes I Am Renee on TikTok. I talk about studying abroad, life in Japan. I kind of wanted to kind of create some motivational content, also to inform you guys about life in Japan if you are interested in studying abroad there, and so much more. I really wanted to create a community of nerdy women, otaku women, women who are interested in study abroad, Japan, to create a community of those who practice self-care, embrace authenticity, and also, like who want to level up to their highest selves and to achieve their dreams. I literally just turned on the camera and was just like, let's just go all in. So let's get into today's video. So today I'm going to talk about how Japan leveled me up and how it can for you. Before I jump into how I've developed, I kind of want to give you some background. So if you don't know me, I had the opportunity to live in Japan twice. One time in high school, I studied abroad at Uruwani School. That is a high school in Saitama, and I was there for an academic year. And the second time was for college. So I went to, I went to Temple University's Japan campus. I enrolled there. I knew I wanted to go since I was 13, and I lived there for over 2 years. When I was younger, I was a huge nerd, and I still am to this day, but I was very insecure. I didn't have a lot of people around me who looked like me, who liked the same things as I did. I loved anime. I loved the storytelling aspect of it. I would write a lot. I love creative writing, and I was also an art student when I was younger. So having something that mixed the two of those things really got me into that at a young age. I'm this tall, dark-skinned girl in this predominantly white, the school was very diverse, but this predominantly white space. And I was just different in so many ways. I wasn't necessarily isolated. I was cool with a lot of people, but there was this sense of inferiority, and I didn't like who I was. There were so many things about me that I just resented, but I didn't let my environment take that love from me. Through the language, I got to learn a bit more about the culture, and it was just completely different than what was presented to me in Philadelphia, and it was super attractive. There was something that I noticed in my environment that really prompted me to sort of escape. My family has lived in Philadelphia for a long time. I noticed that everyone was kind of unhappy about where they were at. Really just wanted to kind of be free from my environment. So from the age 11 and 12, I had the intention to study abroad, to live in Japan, not just for a semester, but for a whole year. And I can say that it was definitely the best decision that I have made for myself when I was young. I loved my experience so much in Japan in high school that I knew I wanted to go back for college. So I did. And I'll talk about my high school study abroad experience in another video. I want to make this clear. I'm not saying that if you study abroad or if you go to Japan, you automatically become this amazing person who accomplishes all these things because you get this attention and all this other stuff. That's not what I'm saying. I had already made the intention that the second time I was going to live in Japan, that it was going to be a completely different experience, that I was going to be more focused on my academics, my networking, and building up so much more of myself. And I feel like with that, on top of being in an environment like Japan, it just made things way better than I thought it could ever be. I want to talk about the major impact that living in Japan this time had on me and how I plan to take it in the future. Japan leveled me up in making me more aware and conscious of how I presented myself to the world. I'm from Philadelphia. If you know, you know, but there is kind of a low effort nature when it comes to presentation. Very comfortable here. Sweats, hoodies, things like that. And I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with that. I felt like I was conforming to that. So I would go outside with my hair undone, or going out in a bonnet, or going out in sweats and things like that, when I really wanted to wear, like cuter clothes, have my own sense of style. I felt like I was just conforming to what everyone else was doing. I noticed in Japan that everyone was really intentional when they stepped outside the house. They were really good at layering, they were really good at accessorizing, they were really good at just like their makeup. You could just see that there was intention every day that they stepped outside. I really appreciated that. I will never forget being in Japan and feeling like, wow, people really try. And I think that was just the sort of culture of Japan, like looking presentable and things like that. In America, it could be like more relaxed, like I'll step outside the way I want to type of vibe. Over there, it's like it was a really nice change of pace, and it made me want to conform to that sort of presentation. As a foreigner, you will get stares every single day. You will get looked at every single day. Like, there's no pause in that. You are different. You are a rarity. You are going to be perceived. Instead of like being insecure and nervous and all those things associated with being perceived, I started to take it as, well, let me do my makeup a little more. Let me find clothes that really suit me. Let me find my own personal style. Let me just get confident in who I am and step out with intention. So when I get those looks that I know that are coming my way, I'll be like, yeah, I look good. Of course, I would have my days where I would like just be more relaxed, whatever. But over time, it just got better and better. Even my relaxed wear was more intentional because I know those looks were coming my way. I know I was getting attention. So instead of putting myself in a place of just fear and insecurity, I would rather much more like feel good about getting looked at and stared at, because it's going to come anyway. That is one way that Japan has leveled me up. Number two, I became more comfortable in being alone. One thing that I absolutely love about Japan is that it is very solo traveler friendly. There are dedicated spaces in Japan for people who just enjoy their solitude, whether it be restaurants, all different sorts of cafes like internet cafes and other places like that. It feels very good to be alone there. It feels very good to explore on your own there. It helps because there are just so many things to do in Japan that it's kind of a waste if you stay inside. You never feel bad about doing things alone. I think another thing that helps is the fact that people are really respectful of space in Japan, which is why you feel more comfortable to be alone. I ended going out more. I would go to restaurants. I would do karaoke. I would go to the arcade. Even got so real to the point where I felt comfortable going to events alone. And there's just so many things to do that you're kind of prompted to step out of needing to have people to do something with. Being in Japan really helped me develop a sense of independence. I could take care of myself more. I could reduce my stress. I just felt more confident in the way that I could take care of myself. It's definitely self-love when you're able to really enjoy the time that you spend with yourself. That's something that I came back to America with. I go to events alone. I could go out to eat alone. There's so many things that I'm able to do now just because I don't need somebody to have fun. It enhances the experience, but I already know that I am all that I need to have a good time and to feel comfortable and to feel safe. Number three of how Japan leveled me up. I became very confident in my identity. In America, I feel like it's kind of easy to get lost in the cultural melting pot that this country is. In Japan, it's different. You naturally attract people who are very interested in your culture specifically. Sometimes it could come off a little ignorant. Other times, it can come off as genuine curiosity of who you are, what you represent, and things like that. I started to question myself. Why am I insecure about who I am? Why did I feel like I was less than? To an extent, Japan made me recognize and appreciate my unique perspective on life, primarily because I was a rarity. I was given the environment pretty unique. Being a Black woman is very unique and very special. It's something that Japanese people would never understand and could never comprehend. The fact that I encountered people who were just very curious and very open-minded and very, enthusiastic about understanding who I was. Coming back to America, I still brought that with me. It helped me appreciate the number of differences that I had, and ultimately it helped me stop comparing myself to people because I'm not like other people. I'm not like these Japanese people out here. Even when I met other Black women, it was like, I'm not like them. Like, we're all different and unique in different ways, and that is beautiful. Number 4 of how Japan leveled me up. I started seeing myself as a global citizen. Living in Japan really helped me embrace cultural differences. And it's not only Japanese people. You get to meet a lot of people from all over the world. And talking to them and getting to know them and becoming friends with them, it helped me realize, like, oh my goodness, I can't just make it here. I can make it anywhere. If I'm able to really make friends from people from Chile, Dubai, Sri Lanka, so many different places, I can go anywhere. And it helped me really realize that. And it's something about like actively seeking environments that are different from you culturally, helps you evolve into a more polished, more confident, more informed, and more globally minded individual, which is a power in itself and has really helped me level up as a person. I found a balance. I found a way to present myself authentically while respecting the cultural norms of my surroundings. It helped me deepen my self-awareness, and it also helped me strengthen my confidence in presenting my identity in a way that resonated with other people. It helped me meet new people, feel more relatable across all races or whatever. It was a lot. It was dope. I can envision my life on a more global stage because I know I can operate around so many different types of people. So yeah, those are some ways that Japan has leveled me up for the better. This is why I really recommend studying abroad as soon as you can, because there's something about living in a different country that makes you just so vulnerable. In a space where almost no one looks like you, no one understands your experience, nobody knows really about like where you come from and who you are. And living abroad is a great opportunity to kind of have that new beginning, to make these realizations, to put yourself out there in ways that you've never been able to before. I felt like I had more space to explore my identity, to explore the person that I've always wanted to become, right? There are just opportunities to grow in those moments. Like, who do I want to become? How do I want to represent myself? How do I want to step outside? I just became conscious of all these things, and I just developed in such a way that it's just beautiful. And I'm very happy that I studied abroad when I did. I can do it. You guys are more than able to do it. But it's not just going to Japan and then these things will come. It takes conscious effort. It takes conscious work. I would meditate and journal and reflect on how I'm feeling. And then ultimately I would ask myself, well, who do you want to be? Like, how do you want to show up for yourself in this space? And through that work, that is when those aha moments came, and those moments of just like, yeah, I'm ready for the next step. I'm ready to become this person. It's definitely an opportunity to really really step on these hoes, you know? I appreciate you guys so much for tuning into my first video on this channel. Feel free to subscribe, click the bell for post notifications, and feel free to follow me on my socials as well. But I hope you guys have a good one, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.